if you've watched the Bessey Sequence videos on this playlist, you'll know that these are the two Bessey sequences of order 8. So 1001, 0110. Okay? So what I thought we would do, this is just meant to kind of reinforce what's going on so that you can develop some real intuition for the inner workings of all of this. Okay? So the claim is this shuffle that we have just shown you, namely this one right here, the LR shuffle where we stack left on right, it ends up preserving the Bessey sequence. So if we start with this version of a Bessey sequence, 1001, 0110, the claim is if we perform the LR shuffle with left on right, we will get that exact form back. Okay, so it won't invert it, it will actually preserve that form. Okay, so what will that mean? That means we get back to 1001, 0110. Okay, and as you might imagine, if we were to reverse this and start with the inversion to begin with, we're going to get this back if we perform this particular shuffle. Okay, so it truly does preserve this structure type here. Okay, so if it was originally of a Bessey sequence of this arrangement, it's left that way, or if it started out in this configuration, then it would end in that configuration. Now, it is true that, quote, under the hood, this is really, really important. It is true, well, why don't we go back to the original one. But I do want to point out something important here. Because I have 1s on 4 of these and 0s on 4 of these, and we're assuming that those are indistinguishable. Any one of the 1s is indistinguishable from the other 1s, and same thing for 0s, which is technically not true because they're of different size. Like this is a huge 0. But assuming they look exactly the same, shuffling this doesn't mean that we arrive back at the exact original ordering of the cards, because we don't. We saw what we get back. It's not that, right? It's this. This is the new ordering, okay? But it just happens to be the case that cards in position 1, 4, 6, 7 are all 1s. Cards in position 2, 3, 5, 8 are all 0s. So we don't detect that anything has changed. Well, technically, the 1s have been moved around among themselves, except for the 6th position, 1. And the 0s have been moved around among themselves, except for the 3rd position 0, right? Because we know that the 3rd position card is a fixed point, right? It doesn't change, okay? So I thought I would relate it to the 0s and 1s that we've been studying in most of the other videos on this playlist, okay? So that's kind of relates what we've been doing to what we're doing now. So to quickly give a fun little application of all of this, so I have this arrangement of the kings and queens, and really anyone looking at this would almost certainly not see anything of consequence. They wouldn't look at that and go, oh, that has a special structure to it. It doesn't seem to have anything to it. Now, you knowing what Bessey sequences are, just taking a moment or two, you'll recognize that this is a Bessey sequence relative to kings and queens. Well, that being the case means that we can perform the shuffle that we've just been using, the left-right, we're stacking left on right to this packet of cards, and it will return it to its original structure type. Okay, so here we are. We're back to a queen on top, which is what we had at the beginning, and then a couple of kings, then a queen. Okay, so this is like 1001 and then 0110. Okay, so how would that help us? Okay, well, if you just hold the cards face down, we know for one thing that the top card is a queen. Okay, so what we know then is there's a queen, a king, king, queen, king, queen, queen, king, okay? Just because of the assignments. So that means I know that this is a queen, the next two are kings, This one's a queen. This one's a king. The next two are queens. The last one's a king. Okay? And so I could have performed that left-right shuffle with left on right. I could have done one of those or 5,000 of those, whatever the spectator asked for. And then after doing all of that, I could separate these 8 cards into 2 piles, one consisting of the queens and one consisting of the kings. Moreover, I would know which is which. And isn't that amazing? So I could say, well, we did all that mixing. Let's say we did that shuffle 7 times, and that's what the spectator asked for. And then I did this, 1 0 0 1 0 1 1 0 to deal them down, to separate the queens from the kings. And then I could come over here and say, wow, as I was dealing those down kind of in a random fashion, it just felt like certain cards should go left or right. And that's all I did. I just kind of felt just a little push in a certain direction to put each card on the left or on the right. Okay, and I think I put 4 cards in each. I wonder what I put in each one of these. Well, that's weird. These feel like they're all the same. There's no way. These are all the same value? Well, they are. Are they kings or queens? Ooh, I think, these are the queens. I can just tell. Queens have a different aura and resonance than kings do. I think these are the 4 queens. What are the chances that I just happen to separate all of the queens into one pile? Oh, I can't believe it. I just put them down left, right, according to just little subtle impressions I had as I was dealing those. Isn't that amazing? I wonder if I could do that again. And of course, you can do it as many times as you like, forever, because of the mathematics, right? Okay. So anyway, that's just kind of a simple example of how you could use what we've shown you thus far